a strike call to Longoria for the second out. He's perfect, 19 of 19 this year. Leads the major leagues in steals. Boy, he has been red hot the last 13 games. He's hit 400 and has taken his running game to another level.
He's had a workout this week on the bases. He also has 10 infield hits to go with the 19 stolen bases, and he's been swinging the bat well overall. Some line drive base hits sprayed around the outfield as well.
It's Carlos Pena. Pitch is upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, that's a stolen base in 8 consecutive games for Carl Crawford. Strike to Carlos.
That pitch right there is one of the reasons why Wayhada has a lot of success against lefties. He fades that changeup going away. One of the reasons Gabe Kapler is in the lineup tonight.
Tapper foul. 1-2. Wayhada's coming off a loss his last time out against the Angels. He lost that game 3-2. When he left, he was trailing 3-1. And he was hit in the chest. A line drive by Gary Matthews Jr. got him in the chest. He's back taking his regular turn today, and he strikes out Pena to retire the side. A couple strikeouts, but the Rays pick up a run on a base hit, a steal, and a couple throwing errors. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Whitney Bank Club, extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features an upscale full menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to RaysBaseball.com. Aubrey Huff, the former Ray, leads off the second. Garza's pitch is too low. A breaking ball, curveball to start him. Huff hitting .279. He was 0 for 4 last night. And a ground ball, a couple of hops, and Aki out there in short right in the shift, positioned perfectly to take care of Huff. So that's the first out. This game again simulcast in Spanish, which means you can access this audio feature by selecting the built-in SAP option on your television. One away in the second. Melvin Mora. One ball, no strikes.
A couple of balls hit hard already, but the shift worked on that last one by Aubrey Huff, and Carlos Pena was right there on the line drive by Markakis. Well, he's not an easy guy to get out at all, is he?
Especially in the first inning. A little looper into short right. Kapler coming in, and he makes the catch. So Mora looped it into short right, and Gabe Kapler was there. Well, he's had to run down a few fly balls over his head. It was good to see him come in on one.
Yeah, it is for a change. Exactly. He was playing fairly shallow, as Joe Madden does with his defense. Gets a good jump, good read on it. Tracks it all the way into the glove.
So 2 up, 2 down. Luke Scott about to step in.
Showing some pretty good power to left center yesterday a couple of times.
Pitch is down. A ball to no strikes. '23 home runs last year. Also had 29 doubles. Those were career highs for Luke Scott in his first year with Baltimore. Lifts it back foul. That's going to be out of play. Takes the count to 1-1.
Yeah, he hit a ball to deep left center off of Scott Kazmir yesterday that Carl Crawford ran down on a warning track, and then he doubled to left center in the 6th inning. So Carl not only got his running down on the bases, he had to run a couple of balls down in the outfield yesterday.
Pitch down and in, and with that in mind, the Rays have the shift on in the infield, expecting him to be an extreme pull hitter with the ball on the ground, but something up. They're closer to straight away. Fouls it the other way out of play, and it's a 2-2 count.
That's exactly right. On 4-seam fastballs up, if he squares it up, he hits a lot of balls to left center, which we saw yesterday. And if a good 2-seamer down or a slider, the tendency is to pull it on the ground to the right side.
Two pitch. And in.
Slider by Matt Garza.
Yeah, his slider sometimes is as hard as a lot of pitchers' fastball.
Sure is. 87, 88 miles an hour.
Foul back, a fastball. So he'll come in with another 3-2 offering.
Matt, that was a fastball that he wanted up and in. Matt's done a pretty good job this year sometimes on this count, throwing that tailing fastball off the inside corner, trying to freeze up the left-handed hitters.
Popped up, straight back, and that's going to be foul. Out of play, so that brings up another 3-2 pitch to Luke Scott.
Good battle going on by Luke Scott, fouling off some tough pitches.
Ball, and that was very close for ball 4.
I think that surprised not only Luke Scott but Ted Barrett. I mean, that's a pretty good pitch. Take a side shot right here. Where's the cross? That's right at the letters.
Looks good.
It's the midpoint between the belt and the armpits. That's the top of the strike zone.
So a base runner with 2 outs. Scott's at first. Ty Wigginton again, the designated hitter for Baltimore. A foul right back off the mask of Ted Barrett. Fastball to start Wigginton. Barrett, well, he looks
fun.
Okay, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's smiling. That's good. Those are fun. Coming back at your face. They come in at 92 to 94. When they're fouled off, they come back at your face at about 110.
Ted Barrett has taken 12 years of that in the major leagues, and he's still smiling.
I think he was a boxer too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ted, the guy that, he was a boxer, so he's taking a few shots, I'm sure.
And he's working on I think a PhD in theology. How about that?
Yeah, no, he's
well-rounded.
Well-rounded guy.
Oh, he's really covered all the bases, isn't he?
Maybe I won't get on him anymore.
Yeah, he's going to have a doctorate in theology. He's an umpire. He's a boxer. Wow.
And he's just doing this for a side job.
That's pretty impressive. 0-2 the count on Ty Wigginton. And did he go? That one sliding outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Greg Gibson says no. He held up. Didn't break the wrist right there. Good call.
On 2. On its way. Ground ball, left side. Charged by Bartlett. He bobbles though to first. There in time, and a nice pick by Pena to retire the side. No run to walk. That man left. Bottom of the second coming. 1-0 Rays. Corona Beach Bar by calling 727-825-3406 or email group sales at raysbaseball.com. Rays scored a run in the first via Carl Crawford's speed. And here in the Rays second, it'll be Pat Burrell to lead off. Pat had the night off last night. He was hit by Manny Del Carmen in the game Sunday. And back in the lineup here today. A little popper into short left, and Scott comes in to save Andino, who really had trouble tracking that one, and the left fielder, Luke Scott, handled it. 1 out.
Yeah, that was Andino's ball all the way. Scott saw that he was having problems with it and just said, hey, I'll take it. Burrell jumping on the first pitch. The Rays know that Uehara is a strike thrower, so he's just pounding the zone right now. 10 pitches, 8 strikes in the first inning.
There's another one. Another first pitch strike to Bartlett. Jason, the 6th leading hitter in the American League at 363. He chops it to the shortstop. Andino has it. Little sidearm whip over there to first. Bartlett is out of there. 2 gone. Base is empty. Yakanori Iwamura. Hockey facing Ohara. A strike. Ohara primarily a starter in Japan, but 2 years ago in 07, his first full year as a reliever, and he had 32 saves that year. He was in the Orioles starting rotation. One ball, 2 strikes.
There's that split. That's nasty. 78-81 with the split. He struck out Carlos Pena on back-to-back splits. That was a split right there to Iwamura.
Got a piece of it. Stayed alive. Uehara, 34 years old. His rookie year in Japan was 99. He reeled off 15 consecutive wins over there that year. 2-2. Won the Gold Glove for fielding his position, and I think had been on 8 All-Star teams.
There's a split coming.
Hockey lifts it foul. That's going to slice out of play. Mota gives it a run. I should say Mora. But it's out of play. And so the count is still 2-2 to Hockey.
That was a good shot of that split grip he had in the glove right there. Thrown five or six of these already to the lefties. There it is right there. Put the index finger and the middle finger wider than the horseshoe of the 2 seams there.
Fly ball short center. Jones will come in and make the catch. And the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. At the end of a couple, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Florida, brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. Veteran catcher Greg Zahn leads off the third, and Dino to follow, and then the top side of the Baltimore lineup. Brian Roberts due to hit third in the inning. The strike to Zahn. Zahn had a couple hits and a run scored in the game last night. He went 2 for 4. One and one. The Orioles collectively during their careers hitting .151 against Matt Garza. Two balls and a strike.
Matt's tried that curveball about 4 or 5 times. It's not quite getting it down yet, getting the feel of it. He's missed close a couple of times.
Fastball away, and he's behind Zahn, 3-1.
Yeah, the 8-9 hitters you got to pound and get these guys out. I'm going to set it up for Roberts and Jones and Markakis.
Ground ball pulled down to Carlos Pena, who makes the play unassisted. One away. Carlos had a difficult time at first last night. He committed 2 errors in the game. He committed 2 errors all of last year and had 2 in the game last night. You just don't see that out of Carlos Pena.
No, both on balls hit by Nick Markakis. Actually pretty good pitches by Scott Kazmir. Made in on Markakis. He pulled into Carlos. He just couldn't handle it.
Well, it just goes to prove that he is human after all.
Yes, he is.
As great as he's been, both at first and at the plate, he's going to make an error once in a while. There's Andino. Carlos Pena has been so good here, and that extends off the field into the clubhouse. Inside to Andino. 1-1.
Then he was able to catch a bullet by Nick Markakis right at his face for the double play in the first inning.
Yeah, boy, he'll take that.
Yeah,
absolutely. This one high. You know, sometimes with a guy like Garza out there, you know, that's all it takes. A guy hits one hard and you turn it into a double play, and Garza's the kind of guy, as we have seen, can just shut a team down from there on out.
Yeah, once he gets that rhythm going.
Ground ball, shortstop comes up on Bartlett, stays with it, throw to first, just not in time as Andino just did beat the play. The ball came up on Bartlett a little bit, but he stayed with it, battled it, and Andino is aboard.
Yeah, more speed than Wigington. The ball came up on the Wigington ball too. He just did nip him at first base. And the double clutch there, not quite in time with Andino.
Well, that was close.
It was close.
So that's the second error of the year charged to Bartlett. Oh, he's human too.
Yeah.
Brian Roberts. It's a strike infield at double play depth.
Well, the Rays fielding overall was 5th in the American League as far as percentage, .985 this year. 10th in the American League right now at .982.
And that's a reflection of the fact that the club has been inconsistent in a number of areas, and that's one of them, as they try to pull everything together the way they had it operating last year. Time to time having a little defensive letdown. The offense sputtered for a while. The bullpen had a little issue for a time. The starting pitching has struggled. A 2-strike count here to Brian Roberts. pop foul. That's going to be out of play.
You're right. The starters ERA last year was second in the American League at 3.95. Right now they're 8th. Almost a full run higher, 4.97. You still expect, at least I do, and I know a lot of people do, them to be better this year. A year under their belt playing together.
I think that's not only reasonable, but I just think it's probable that they would be 1 and 2, and you still have to think that.
I do, because it's young talent, and they're only going to get better with time. And Joe Madden knows that. That's why he's very patient. It's not an old team, and this starting rotation's average age about 24, 25 years old. You got the youngest guy in the Rays right there at Longoria, 23.
Pitch away to Ryan Roberts, and so it's 2 and 2.
This becomes a pretty good running count. Andino showed pretty good speed down the line. See if Dave Tremblay wants to put somebody in motion right now.
And there's a pitch high. 3 and 2. There's going to change speeds a bit there to Ryan Roberts, and has a full count.
Well, he'll be in motion now. Ryan Roberts up there, good contact hitter. Also has shown surprising power in his time in the big leagues. Got one last night out of the ballpark. Get into his swing down and in, he can turn on it.
3-2. Andino on the move, and a high fly ball back into right field. Kapler's going to go to the track, and that one is going to get out of here, and he did it again. Ryan Roberts on a 3-2 pitch has hit his 4th home run of the year. He hit one last night in the 8th and hits a 2-run home run to give Baltimore a 2-1 lead here in the 3rd.
Take a look at the 3-2 pitch. Trying to go inside and up. The ball had some tailing action over the heart of the plate, but the ball was up. And he turned on it again. Last night he got a 3-2 pitch down and into his swing, and he hit it out. This time he gets the ball up and over the heart of the plate. It tailed over the heart of the plate a little bit too much. It's not where Matt wanted that pitch.
Well, that's his 2nd career home run off Garza. Adam Jones takes a pitch inside, 1-0. Roberts is now 4 for 19 against Garza. 2 of those 4 hits have gone for home runs. Jones is ahead in the count. It's also the 4th home run given up by Garza so far this year. Well, the count is even. 2 and 2. Home runs off Garza have come off left-handed hitters. Two and 2. And he strikes out Jones.
Good comeback by Matt Garza. That's 91 and had that 2-seam action. Take a look right here. Navarro set up inside. Look at the movement on that pitch. Down and in again. Jones swings over the top of it.
Two outs, and now it's going to be Nick Markakis. He hit the ball very hard, but right at Pena, and the Rays turned it into a double play. That was in the 1st. Breaking ball low and inside on a curve, 1-0.
now the pitch that's working is the two-seam fastball, the best. He's tried a variety of curves and sliders and not quite showing the command that he had against the Red Sox, but he'll get that. You got to keep throwing it.
2-1. Taken a little bit high and maybe outside. Markakis has had a pretty good run in the season series between these two clubs, hitting over 350. Cards is 2-1. It's down. 3 balls and a strike. This one is lifted into left. Carl Crawford comes in. He puts it away to retire the side. The Orioles scored twice on the home run by Roberts. 1 earned run. We got to the bottom half of the third. 2-1 Baltimore.
Or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Rays coming in to hit in the home half of the third. They're down 2-1 on Cinco de Mayo. Here's Gabe Kapler leading off. Kapler getting a start, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. O.J. Wehata, 34-year-old right-hander. He's popped up foul. That's going to carry out a play.
He's like a pitching machine, isn't he? Like an Iron Mike.
Yep.
He gets on the mound.
Yeah, he repeats that delivery as well as anybody we've seen.
Yeah, a little small back step. He's not as deliberate in the hesitation in the turn as a lot of the Japanese pitchers. He's more fluid in his turn right here. All one motion.
And he gets Kapler looking. Strikeout number 3 for the Baltimore right-handers.
Take a look. I mean, there's a small, very small back step, good turn, and he's all good gathering right there. Balance, leads with the hip. Right through the strike zone. It's got to be fun to play behind defensively. Pounds the zone.
First pitch is a strike to Deanna Navarro. Well, that's all he's done so far today is throw strikes. 3 strikeouts through the first 8 hitters he's faced. down into the stands. 0-2, so he's ahead of Navarro. He got ahead of Kapler. He's been ahead of almost everybody.
He's only thrown 4 balls, so there it is. 25 total, 21 strikes.
Yeah. I think he fell behind Crawford. It's 1-0 to Crawford. A tap right back to the hill. A throw to first. 2 outs.
Another split-fingered fastball to the left-handed hitters.
You know, there was a stretch when he was in Japan when he was considered maybe the best starter in Japan behind Matsuzaka.
Well, he's a lot different, ain't he? Because Matsuzaka will pitch around the plate. He pitches away from contact. This guy pitches to contact.
Upton takes the first pitch, and that's a strike. He is certainly in and around the strike zone. Yeah, Matsuzaka is a guy who seemingly pitches around hitters. He seems to pick hitters in the lineup that he's comfortable trying to get out.
Exactly right.
What's the other guys on?
He goes 3-2, and then he gets himself in a hole, and then he can come back and get out of it if he wants.
A tap by the mound is short, and Dino up with it. And a strikeout, 2 ground balls, and the Rays are up and down 1-2-3. We head into the 4th, 2-1 Baltimore. Two to 1 ball game. Baltimore leading the Rays as we go to the 4th, and it's time for our Aflac trivia question. Aflac, ask about it at work. What's the Rays record for most consecutive hitless innings pitched to start a game? Last time out, we saw Matt Garza pitch 6 perfect innings to start that game against Boston. There's a first pitch strike to Aubrey Huff. Huff, Mora, and Scott due up. Ground ball right side, and again it's Hockey from short right with a pickup. This time more of a tap out there, but Hockey's been positioned perfectly in that shift, and Huff is 0 for 2.
And Matt Garza got his curveball over that time. I think it's the first one he's actually thrown for a strike to contact right there, so you get the feel of it. Just got to keep the game right here.
It's Melvin Mora. Pitch is a strike. Mora Looped one into right field his first time, and Gabe Kapler came on to make the catch. Late on that one, a fastball. 0-2.
Good life on that. 94 miles an hour. It's come back nicely after the home run to Roberts. He struck out Jones. You got Markakis on a pop out to left. Good curveball just now to Aubrey Huff. Getting a good rhythm going.
And he was jammed. Got it by the mound to second. Aki picks it up. And the throw to first. And Moore is out of there. That ball rode right in on his hands. 2 gone.
Yeah, that's been his best pitch so far today. That fastball that rides in on the right-handers. Threw a couple to Adam Jones for the strikeout. That one right there to Melvin Morris. So you know, you establish that pitch, and you got to recognize that. Look at that movement again. I mean, that's right on the label. Not an easy play because of the English on that and the spin for Iwanura, but he gets the job done.
Luke Scott. Rays have the shift on for him, and there's a breaking ball that drops over. So a couple of those here in this inning.
Yeah, it's good.
The 0-1. Tap in front of the plate. Navarro has the angle, and the throw to first in time to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom half of inning 4 coming. 2-1 Baltimore. And we'll look for our answer of our Aflac trivia question here. Aflac, ask about it at work. Ray's record for most straight hitless innings pitched to start a game. And there are actually 2 answers to that. Tony Saunders went 7 2/3 against the Orioles in April of '99. And Juan Brazelton in June of '04 pitched 7 2/3 hitless baseball against the Florida Marlins. Now Carl Crawford opens the bottom of the 4th, and he takes a pitch down and in.
Wow, 5th ball of the game for Uehara.
Yeah. He threw 9 pitches in the 3rd, and all 9 were strikes. 1-1 the count to Carl. Chin on him, and he fouls it back. A 1-2 count. Uehara signed a 2-year contract with the Orioles to join their staff. He had a little hamstring issue in the spring, but that didn't bother him that much. And strike 3 called on the inside corner. Boy, You talk about threading the needle. This guy has great control.
Well, he doesn't throw hard, but he paints. This is 88 miles an hour. But look at that pitch. That split the black of home plate. I mean, you can't make it any better than what he just did right there. Got a little cutter. He throws a slider. Good split. Command of all of his pitches.
Kevin Longoria. Pitch a little bit wide. 1-0. So far, this has been a very good demonstration of command.
Yeah, there's a split right there. Absolutely. You know, Cliff Lee last year, when he won the Cy Young Award, 72% of his pitches were strikes.
Longoria fouls it back. Out of play, 1-2.
And, you know, I always talk about, you know, if you're throwing 63% of your pitches for strikes, that's major league average. You know, below 60 is you're scuffling. Anything above 63% is good. I mean, you're over 70. He was at 80%. That's incredible. As long as you're painting. I mean, sometimes you got to be conveniently wild depending on the situation.
And he has Longoria swinging over that split. 2 strikeouts to start the 4th. 2 up and 2 down.
That's about 83 miles an hour. You see Evan way out in front of it because the arm speed looked like a fastball to the hitter.
And now it's Carlos Pena. Pena struck out swinging in the 1st. Cut the miss, strike 1. Well, he'll cut that ball in. Fastball. We've seen a curveball, and that split has been very good.
I mean, he's just dissecting the corners of both sides of the plate. Nothing's been over the heart of it. Even the pitch that Crawford got for the base hit in the 1st inning was a good pitch that was down. It was a good pitch.
0-2. And he's ahead again. 2 strikes.
Well, now he can throw that cutter in. He can go back to the split. Last time up, Carlos got back-to-back splits for a strikeout.
Yeah, he has multiple weapons, but he's ahead in the count, and he's going for a strikeout. Wave and a miss by Carlos on the split. So he's got 3 strikeouts in this inning, 6 in the game. We are through 4, and it's 2-1 Baltimore. 2-1 ball game. The Rays opened with a run in the first, but Carl Crawford singled, spiked second, and then scored on the throwing error by Zahn and Jones. In the third, Brian Roberts connected on a 3-2 pitch, a 2-run home run. That made it 2-1, and that's where we stand as we move into the fifth. Ty Wigginton leads off, and the pitch is outside. Wigginton, the DH and the seventh hitter in Tremblay's lineup. It'll be Wigginton, Zahn, and Andino. Fly ball lifted toward right center, and Kapler will be there. Game puts it away. One out.
Matt Garza's in a nice rhythm now too. He's getting command of all of his pitches. And we know that Uehara has, so I mean we're already into the fifth inning. Both guys are pounding the zone, so Matt's got to keep it right here the way Koji's throwing. Got to slow him down a little bit if you're a hitter. Back out of the box, change his rhythm.
Greg Zahn takes the pitch outside. 1-0. One. Drive down the right field line. Is that going to stay fair? It is, and it's gone. Zahn hits his first home run of the year to make it 3-1. A 1-1 pitch, and he takes it right down the right field line. And now it's a 2-run ball game.
Yeah. Third hit of this 2-game series for Greg Zahn. They're trying to go inside. It's just a four-seam fastball right there. And up. Very similar pitch to what Brian Roberts hit out of the ballpark.
Zahn's second run batted in of the year. Here's Andino. Pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. So that's the first time this year that Garza has given up more than 1 home run in a start. Ground ball to second. Aki has it. His throw to first is in time. A nice pitch there to Andino. 2 outs. Now we'll go back around to the top of the order, and Brian Roberts stands in. This will be his third at bat. He homered in the third, hit a fly ball to left in the first inning. Which is a strike call. Blue Jays have won again. They knocked off Cleveland in Toronto 10-6. Adam Lind hit a home run and drove in 5 runs for the Blue Jays today. Little tap by the mound to second. Aki charges and now throws. That takes care of Baltimore, but the Orioles had a run on the Greg Zahn home run. Bottom of the fifth coming. 3-1 Baltimore. Badcock makes it easy. Dodge, grab life by the horns. And Corona, the Cinco de Mayo, be sure to grab some ice cold Corona or Corona Light. Relax responsibly. Well, let's see how the Rays can get going here in the bottom of the fifth. They are facing a tough right-hander today. First pitch to Pat Burrell, and what else is new? It's a first pitch strike from Koji Uehara. He has been right on today. 0-2.
Another split right there. Fastball split. He's just got a great rhythm going. So now you'd like to slow him down, but he's just pounding the zone.
The ground ball to third. Mora's there, and his throw to first. So that'll be the first out here. Not much doing for the Rays. Crawford had the base hit in the first with one out and scored. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing since then.
No, I mean, Uehara's been unbelievable as far as painting. I mean, he's not only throwing strikes, I mean, he's hitting corners with it.
Retired 12 in a row since Crawford scored. Boy, that pitch just disappeared on Bartlett. I mean, that's unhittable right there.
Yeah, that's a split on the corner, on the outside corner. It's not even over the heart of the plate.
Inside, it's 1-1. I mean, it's news when this guy doesn't throw a strike.
You're right.
Wow. How about this? 45 pitches, 7 pitches outside the strike zone so far, and now 46 pitches. 39-7 his breakdown to this point. Look at that.
That's incredible. 46 pitches, only 7 balls. Well, you know, Matt Garza in that start the other day against the Red Sox was very similar.
And a wave and a miss. That split. Boy, that is some pitch. 2 outs here. Let's check in with Todd Callis.
Well, Dwayne, one guy who's seen this kind of action before of Uehara is Akinori Iwamura. He was playing with the Yakult Swallows, and Uehara was with the Yomiuri Giants. They were both in the Central League, so only 6 teams in that league, so they play each other a lot. As you see, Aki's got 90 career at-bats in Japan against Uehara, and Uehara has gotten him most of the time, a .244 average, but Aki did get him for a couple of home runs. But these guys are very familiar with each other back in their days in Japan. We'll see if Aki can figure out the riddle that has been Uehara so far today, guys.
Yes, and it has been a mystery of some magnitude. Hey, there's a ball inside. The count's 1-1.
Newsflash.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Well, that's the other thing. I mean, Aki's seen him for 90 at bats, so he has a really good idea. Well, you've never seen a guy before. The pitcher always has the advantage, and he is taking advantage of it.
Ground ball right side, picked up Huff, but he makes the play unassisted. So the Rays are up and down in order. That's 14 straight retired through 5, 3-1 Baltimore. 3-1 Baltimore. Don't miss your opportunity to roll in style in a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle restored by the Rays right-hander Troy Percival. Raffle tickets available around Tropicana Field and at the Gate 1 box office during regular business hours. Proceeds benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation. Visit raysbaseball.com for more information. Boy, what a beauty that is. Adam Jones leads off the 6th for Baltimore. Takes the pitch for a ball. Just check Uehara. 51 pitches, 43 strikes.
It's incredible in paint.
I mean, how incredible this is. You know, you can't take a guy to the bullpen and have him throw a bullpen session and have him throw that many strikes.
No, you can't. Yeah, it's absolutely, he's in such a good rhythm, and you can't slow him down either because he's got you 0-1, 0-2. You get in the box, he's ready to go.
I mean, he's just doing whatever he wants to do out there right now. A ball and 2 strikes.
You're going to have to do some bunting on him and choking up and really trying to use the field. I mean, he's been around the lineup now for his 2nd time. Everybody except Kapler and Navarro have seen him twice.
Two and 2. Meanwhile, the Orioles have scored 3, a 2-run homer in the 3rd by Roberts and a solo homer by Zahn in the 5th.
This is where Garza's had success on Jones coming in with movement. He's going away though here.
One hopper to second. Aki's throw to first in time. It'll be the first out in the 6th inning. Nick Markakis.
It's one of those games where the way Uehara's throwing, you got to put up zeros. You can't give up any more runs now. I mean, 2 runs is a lot. 2-run differential for the way Uehara's throwing.
This pitch is down, a ball and no strikes. In his pitch count right now, he's been so letter perfect that he's only made 51 pitches in 50 innings.
That's nothing. It's 10 an inning. You go deep into this game.
Strike to Markakis, 1-1.
And Matt Garza's throwing well. He's made 2 mistakes because the ball to Roberts was a mistake up, and the one to Zahn was a mistake up. He's trying to go in both times, and they were up and out over the plate.
Two balls and a strike to Markakis.
But other than that, Matt Garza's been very good.
The Orioles have 3 hits. The Rays have 1. Line drive into left, and Crawford comes in to make the catch. Hung up long enough for Carl out there in left field. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. And Aubrey Huff, who twice has grounded out to Aki, hit it right through the right side of the infield, and Aki was stationed in shallow right.
Right there, he's there again.
Strike 1.
Good off speed right there by Garza. Aki's made 4 or 5 plays over there tonight.
A 1 count. A little wide. Moves it to 1-1. Hockey for the third time. Hockey takes care of Huff, who hit it right into that chip. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom half of the sixth. It's 3-1 Baltimore.
David, or the replica of the Sistine Chapel. I want to go see the real thing, so it'll be cool. It'll be like, you know, any of the other new ballparks. I mean, to have Yankee Stadium written on it is nice, but it's not. The other real one's across the street. So I'm eager to see it. I think it'll be great. I'm sure the fans love it. I'm sure it's from a financial perspective, it's wonderful. But there's only one Yankee Stadium.
Joe Madden, our Geico quote of the day right there. And, of course, we'll be there tomorrow beginning at 6:30, our coverage with Rays Live, the pregame show on Sun Sports at HD. We'll be with you at 6:30. Andy Sonnenstein. The wickets down there at third base through Melvin Mora, and Kapler's aboard. 14 straight retired by the Baltimore right-hander before Kapler reaches on this.
Well, Mora was up even with the bag, and it goes right through his legs. Just didn't get the glove down, and he was up because Kapler can run. And he was thinking what I was talking about last inning. The Rays might have to do some bunting even with their big guys. So Mora was playing even with the bag just in case. And instead, that ball got by him. Kapler drilled it. I don't really blame Melvin Mora for being up, and he's up on Navarro too.
There's Navarro. There's a strike. They posted a hit for Kapler on the basis of that being too hot to handle. Well, that ball was hit right through him. Fouls it the other way. 0-2. Well, the Rays finally have another base runner. Kapler at first to open the bottom of the sixth. Crawford is the only other base runner the Rays have had today. That was with one out in the first, and he scored. Low to Navarro. A ball, 2 strikes.
Well, with the strike thrower like this, I mean, even 1 and 2, it's a good count to run on, because it becomes a run and hit play. If Navarro can make contact, maybe you'll open up a hole in the infield. I think he's thrown 2 balls in a row. He just threw 1 there.
And this one is headed toward the gap into left center field. Kapler digs for third. Navarro digs for second, and he is safe at second base. Navarro took it the other way into left center field. Kepler stopped at third on the double by Navi, and now the Rays have something cooking.
That 1-2 count, you know he's not going to throw 2 balls in a row, so Navarro just takes an outside 2-seam fastball and shoots it in the gap to left center. There's a nice short swing right there by Diana Navarro. Maybe that'll get him going. 4th double of the year.
Well, he was busting it all the way, looking for 2 bases there.
And with Adam Jones' arm, that was a close play. He knew it was going to be close because he can throw.
2nd and 3rd with nobody out for B.J. Upton.
Melvin Moore is back now. I mean, even a bunt here isn't a bad thing. Drag a bunt.
And we know that B.J.'s capable of that. That's a strike. And really, that's something that has been absent from the Rays and B.J. lately.
Yeah, you get him over, get him in. I mean, it might be 1st and 3rd to run in because B.J., I mean, he's going to beat that out if he gets a bunt down.
And if he can beat it out, he's going to steal second base.
Look at Moore way back.
And it's fouled back. 0-2.
Yeah, now he's just got to make sure he puts it in play with 2 strikes. Preferably on the ground to the right side. That's tough to do because 0-2, he's going to try to jam BJ. He's not going to let him push the ball to the right side.
He fouls this one, and he had a pitch that came out over the plate there.
Yes, he did. He got a pitch right down the man. He had a good swing. He fouled it right back. It was right on it. Take a look at this. That's the first time I've seen him throw a ball over the heart of the plate. Will Harlow's trying to go inside, like I said, because he doesn't want BJ to get a ball he can hit to the right side to get him over and get him in. Trying to tie him up, and he made a mistake and got away with one there.
Yeah, that pitch was very hittable. We haven't seen any of those today. The 0-2 again. BJ's out on strikes. Well, that's been a great put-away pitch for Uehara.
Yeah, you pretty much knew he wasn't going to see a fastball again after fouling it straight back. Good split down.
I'm not sure why he saw a fastball
I'm not
to begin
either.
with.
I think he was just trying to throw it inside off the plate. And he got away with a mistake.
Here's Carl Crawford. Carl tracks it low. 1 ball, no strikes. The Rays going through their lineup for the 3rd time now. Pitch a little bit away. 2-0. This is something new with Uehara behind in the count. Evan Longoria is on deck. Ground ball right side. Roberts up with it. The throw to first. Kepler crosses the plate. So Crawford drives in a run with a ground ball to make it 3-2. Navarro goes to 3rd. Man at 3rd. 1-run ball game. 2 outs. Evan Longoria will be the hitter.
That's a big play right there. Cut that lead down to 1. Put that ball in play.
Evan swings through the first one. Strike 1.
Getting a lot of splits today. Sliders and splits for Evan Longoria. A good job. 325 runners in scoring position.
It to the right side, down the right line, hustling out. That's going to fall, and it's a base hit. Navarro will score. Longoria hustles his way into second. That adds some hang time. Roberts tried to get out from second, and it fell in among Markakis, Roberts, and Huff, and the Rays have tied this game.
Two-strike pitch. He gets inside a little bit. He pops it up, and Evans sees, hey, Markakis is very, very deep. Ball was in no man's land with a triangle of three fielders right there. Defenders trying to make the play, but Nick Markakis was playing so deep with Evan Longoria and his 8 home runs that he had no chance for that.
Now the Rays have come up with 2 to tie. Longoria will get credit for his 32nd run batted into the year on the double. Well, he's hit balls harder for doubles, but boy, that's a big one right there.
Yeah, it really is. It's the way O'Hara's throwing today. He looked like he could score it all off him, but Melvin Moore playing up, looking for bunt possibility. We started this whole inning off, and Kapler was able to square one up and drive it right through his legs to get the inning going.
Here's Carlos Pena. Carlos has had trouble with the split twice, and this one is down and in. A ball and no strikes. He is 2 of the 8 strikeouts posted by Wehata. Now he has Longoria at second and a tie game. Bit high. 2-0.
That was a nice take right there by Pena, because that was off speed right there. Now Dave Tremblay says just put him on. Gives it the 4 fingers right there to Greg Zahn, and that's what Greg Zahn's going to do. With Carlos Pena on, take no chances.
So this will be the first walk of the game issued by Wehata, and it's an intentional walk. Pat Burrell will be next.
I'd have to agree if I had Dave Tremblay, because that was a good take by Pena, 1-0. He sat on that split, and that split was up. You got the Major League's leading home run hitter in Carlos Pena, even though he had a couple strikeouts, 3rd time around the lineup. Carlos had a pretty good idea what he was sitting on right there.
Well, let's see if Pat Burrell can cash in here. He's 0 for 2.
That's due for one of those long ones.
Yes, he is.
393 with runners in scoring position.
And a very good eye up there. Wehata was ahead of everybody until the last couple of hitters in this inning. Fell behind 2 of the last 3 he faced. And the pitch to Burrell is low. That takes it for ball 1.
Well, the other thing too, Dwayne, is he hasn't been in a stretch the whole game. I mean, even when Carl Crawford stole it was the first pitch, and then he ended up scoring on the 2 throwing errors. I mean, he hasn't been in the stretch at all today.
And he picks up a strike around the knees. 1-1.
Now, Pat's a big guy. He didn't like that one. Pat's a good low ball hitter too. Pat thought that ball was a little bit down.
Here's the 1-1. And it's low. 2 balls and a strike. And Burrell will look him over.
That was a good eye too. I think it was outside as well, low and outside. That was a tough pitch. Now Pat's got the count back in his favor.
And he's under it, pops it up, right side, foul. Huff is there and makes the catch, then retires the side. But the Rays come up with a couple of runs. Crawford's ground ball scored 1. Longoria's
3-3 as we head to the 7th inning. This has been a record-setting week for Carl Crawford, and his shoes are also going to be on display now in Cooperstown, New York. The Baseball Hall of Fame asking Carl to send those shoes up to Cooperstown, at the ones that he stole those 6 bases with against the Boston Red Sox. So CC's got the exact same style, but new shoes today. I talked to him before the game. He said, my shoes are up there. My jersey from the World Series is up there. And he kind of laughed and said, I just have to get myself there someday. And who knows, it's not a far reach to think that maybe CC will be the first homegrown Ray ever to get to the pinnacle of Cooperstown. Long way to go, but he's certainly on his way, guys.
Yeah, he's got a lot of baseball in front of him, but he already has his name mentioned with some of the greats in terms of what they did at a similar time in their careers. So he's got a running start, if you will, for Cooperstown. And he's been doing a lot of running lately. 19-0 in the steal department this year. 1-1 the count to Melvin Mora. He hits a ball on the ground at third. Longoria makes a nice pickup. Picked it up out in front of him and made the play, and Mora's out of there. 1 gone.
Good jam shot right there on the pitch by Matt Garza. Good movement once again.
So the Rays and Garza now with a new lease on life.
Hey, you start over. That's the way you look at it right now. 3-inning game.
Luke Scott has walked and is tapped out in front of the plate. Bounding ball fouled up the first base side. That's a strike.
The last 3 innings, Matt has found his curveball. He's thrown a lot of them for strikes to the lefties now, which is why you keep throwing it. You cultivate a 2-seamer early, fastball 4-seamer, and then eventually, and keep throwing that curve, and eventually you're going to get it. You got to have it late in the game, and he's got it now.
And he picks up a strike. That was a breaking ball that broke over. 0-2.
Very nice. That's the job of a catcher, too, to cultivate your stuff. I mean, you get a stab, everything works off the fastball, especially with a guy like Garza.
And he gets Luke Scott. He struck him out. 2 up, 2 down. Second strikeout for Garza.
There's the breaking stuff. This one's a slider after he saw the curveball. The slider backed up a little bit, but it was still effective because it was down.
Two outs for Ty Wigginton. He's grounded out and flied out. Going outside, 1-0. Garza in the mid-80s in pitch count. 2 outs into the 7th inning. So he's in pretty good shape in the pitch count department as well. And Wehata got extended a little bit in the 6th. He's in the mid-70s through 673, and Garza through 6 had made only 77 pitches. So both these guys pretty good shape.
Right, 54 of the 84 for strikes. It's a good ratio right there for Matt Garza.
Popped up right side. Carlos Pena back of the bag into foul territory, and that retires the side. 1-2-3. Go the Orioles. Rays coming in to hit, tied 3-3. a scoring call. Crawford running into a run. A steal at second, a move to third and home on a couple of throwing errors. Then in the third inning, a home run by Brian Roberts gave Baltimore a 2-1 lead. Zahn hit one out, a solo blast in the fifth to make it 3-1 before the Rays put 2 men on with 1 out in the sixth when Crawford's ground ball got a run home, scoring Gabe Kapler, and Longoria dropped his little double inside the right field line to score Navarro to tie the game. So we are 3-3 as the Rays come into hit in the bottom of the seventh. Jason Bartlett will open the inning against Koji Uehara. Jason looking for his first hit, takes a pitch for a strike. Bartlett is grounded to the shortstop and struck out on a split back in the fifth inning. And there's a line drive and a base hit over Roberts' head and into center field. So Bartlett is aboard to open the seventh.
Third time around the lineup, the Rays hitters are making some adjustments now off of Uehara.
And they're coming out swinging. He's throwing strikes.
You bet.
They found out they can't really afford to get behind him with that split.
And now you got a good combination here with the speed of Bartlett and Aki, who has seen Uehara over 90 times, 90 at-bats in Japan. Get that runner somehow into scoring position. And the way he throws strikes, good hit and run guy. Moore up at third, looking bunt again.
Over to first, ducking back in is Bartlett.
Now here's a guy, because he throws so many strikes, you can back-to-back pitch out with defensively. So he can get behind 2-0 or 2-1, and you can count on him to come back and throw strikes.
Bartlett goes and stops, and the pitch is a strike around the knees. Taken.
See, now is that perfect count to double pitch out with a guy like this. You can do the 0-1 pitch out, you can do the 1-1 pitch out.
Bartlett takes his lead at first. He's gone, and the pitch is bunted, and a good one. He's going to beat it out. Everybody's safe. Aki put down a beauty of a bunt, and by the time Mora got there, he had no play.
Well, that's why I would have pitched out. That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a perfect count to do it, and then you do it twice. But they elect not to. They played right into the Rays' hands, and Aki, a perfect bunt down. Even though Moore was playing even with the bag, looking for it. Look at that ball that he deadens it perfectly. There's no chance. Great execution right there. It's the old run and bunt.
So Aki is aboard, 2 men on with nobody out for Kapler.
I mean, against the Rays, you have to do that. Every managing against the Rays, you have to show double pitch out, especially when you got a guy that has that kind of command on the mound.
Kapler. The turn. A little toss back to second. Bartlett already on the bag, and Dino back to cover.
Well, this is interesting here because they're looking bunt. You get the corners up. Kapler just smoked one right through the legs of Mora last inning to get the scoring inning going for the Rays, and he's up a good 5 feet on the grass.
And he takes the first pitch. That's in there for a strike. Kapler will take another look at Tom Foley. Meanwhile, the veteran lefty Jamie Walker is up in the bullpen. Check of the runners. Kapler takes it outside. No signs of bunting here on the first couple pitches.
The Orioles still expect bunt. They're playing up for it in the corner still. Moore at third base and Aubrey Huff at first. You have to. First and second, no out. The late innings here.
Bartlett dancing back and forth, and Wayhata steps back. Bartlett opened with a single. Liner into center. Iwamura put down a bunt base hit. Swing and a miss by Kapler. 1-2 now.
Well, now Moore can move back at third base.
A liner foul. Is that a play? Rays tied it with a couple runs in the 6th, and they have a major threat here in the 7th inning.
One thing you know about Wayhata is he's not going to blow it by you with 83 to 85 with the fastball. Some of the velocity's been dropped, so you really have to try to shorten up and square it up and go use the field, go the other way. So everything's going to be off speed of some kind.
And a foul the other way, out of play.
And just like that, that's a good pitch fighting it off there. That's 87. That's about where he's topped out, but he's not going to blow it by you. So you got to be thinking in the back of your mind off speed and try to go to right center, especially on that split.
Now the 1-2. That's low, covered up by Zahn. He came with the split. Kapler laid off.
Greg Zahn smothered it too. Well, he was all over that. Excellent block. Using his body as a shield and covering it up.
The 2-2. Kapler fouled this one back. So Kapler getting down 0-2 has really battled to get to 2-2, fouling off 3 pitches.
Yeah, he's really is trying to shorten up. He's trying to put the ball in play up the middle somewhere, left center, right center. Nice hole over there on the right side for him because Brian Roberts has to keep Jason Bartlett close in case of a potential double steal. Aubrey Huff shading just behind Iwamura. There's a big hole on the right side.
2-2 and another foul ball. This one bouncing behind Foley in the third base coaching box.
It's all right. I mean, Gabe's fighting right here. He's definitely shortened up.
Well, he got down 0-2, and now this is going to be at least a 9-pitch at bat. He's had a good at bat here against Wayhata. Rays elected not to try to bunt the runners over. Kapler is battling. Top of the 7th, we're tied 3-3. And the 2-2 again into the dirt and covered up once more by Zahn. And the count goes to 3-2, and he's got a couple of those.
This is textbook right here. Watch Zahn get out there. The right knee down first, right there. The other one will follow. I think you got to put him in motion here. I mean, you got to take a shot at it.
And I tell you, Bartlett's pretty good at getting a nice jump off second.
Kapler's been seeing a lot of pitches and fight, and he knows he's got to put it in play.
3-2, and he pops it into short right. Roberts is headed out. Markakis coming in. Roberts an over-the-shoulder catch for the out, and Bartlett's back in at second base with Iwamura holding at first. Well, a battling at bat there by Kapler. It went 10 pitches, and he pops out to Roberts.
And Roberts over the shoulder right here. Now, Nick Markakis was not going to get there. Quick reactions by Roberts to make that over the shoulder catch. That tweaked his leg a little bit on that one.
Well, it's going to bring up Deoner Navarro. He doubled in the 6th inning. 1 for 2, and the Rays are hopeful that 2 base hits the start of something for Navi.
Yeah, Tremblay wants to make a move right here.
He's got the right-hander McCroy, who has joined Jamie Walker, the lefty. So Tremblay heads to the mound. Checking in with Wayhata. He's going to stay with him.
Yeah, he's checking. He was just checking how Wayhata was doing.
You know, that's an interesting little conversation, because they said Wayhata really didn't speak much English when he came over here, and he said Zahn would try to say 1 word of English to him a day starting in the spring.
He's teaching him. That's great. Well,
so maybe those words were Tremblay used there.
Feeling good.
So here's Navarro. Oh, and Bartlett is going to be caught off second base. He was going to try to steal third, and they pick him off. Bartlett caught off second base, and that is a very big out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah. And, you know, Dave Tremblay, the other thing he might have warned the infield, because all the infield was in it, you know, look out for the inside move. You know, Bartlett might be trying to steal third here with 1 out. And he was.
So now Iwamura is left at first with 2 outs. He's back in over there. Now Bartlett has been so good here at stealing third base, and that time just a little overly aggressive, and they picked him off. And a base hit into right by Navi. That's going to take Iwamura to third, and the Rays continue the inning, 1st and 3rd. Now Navi with a couple of pretty good at-bats here in the 6th and 7th innings. That's a very good sign. A line drive into right this time.
Really, really good at-bats. Loading on the back leg. Squared up, not good balance. Look at that. Good balance, head to the back knee. That's really important. And he got a ball belled high right there by Wayhata, excuse me. Squared it up nicely.
Well, B.J. Upton due up here.
I'm still going to peek down there at Mora.
Yeah.
I see him back. Let's see where he's going to go. I think he's going to creep in now. I mean, BJ showed that the first game he played this year.
He sure did.
Yeah.
He put a couple down, and it has disappeared since then. And we've been talking about that recently. He's an important part of his game right now.
Look how far back Moore is. He gets him down the line. It's a run in and base hit for him.
And he swings through the first pitch, strike 1. Tie game, bottom of the 7th. The Rays have been threatening all inning, but so far no runs. And now BJ's behind 0-2. Tough place to be with Wayhata and that split.
Well, BJ just got to scrap like Capper did. Try to find a hole here, shorten up, use the field.
Fouls it back. And a fastball. The mid-80s, up around maybe 87 or so.
O'Hara gets in this situation after fouling off a fastball like that. He'll go right back to that split. And he'll try to get BJ to chase it.
Yeah,
He's really got to read the pitch out of his hand here.
That's what he did with BJ in the 6th inning. And there's a line drive into left. That's going to fall for a base hit up the line. Hockey scores. Navarro's going to go to 3rd, and Upton into 2nd. That one hung up there, and BJ puts the Rays out in front 4-3. An 0-2 pitch, and Upton hits the soft liner up the left field line.
Well, that's what he got. Ball was down, and he just shortened up his swing. It's not a big swing. Just threw his hands at it. Drops it down the left field line. Big double of the game. Checkers.
And the Rays have battled back to take a 4-3 lead. Tremblay out to make the pitching change. We'll be back with the new Baltimore pitcher in a moment. Third with 2 outs. Jamie Walker, the new pitcher, veteran lefty, facing Carl Crawford. Carl fouls it away. Strike 1. Carl hitting .267 lifetime against the lefty Walker. A base hit here would be very big. Time called. The Rays have 4 hits in this inning and 1 run. 7 of their 8 hits have come in the last 2 frames. Turn, but nothing.
I'm not sure why you do an inside move. Runner at third base there. And BJ's not going anywhere. He's not going to steal third. Navarro's at third base.
Strike. That double by BJ snapped an 0 for 20 streak. That was the longest of his career. And it has given the Rays a 4-3 lead.
Good to see Navarro get a couple of hits today, and BJ now with the big double. Get those guys going, this lineup will be rolling.
Ball 2, 2-1.
Yeah, Uhada just hit the wall. I mean, the 3rd time around the lineup, all the at-bats were much better. All the Rays hitters made some adjustments.
Now the 2-1. And a foul back. Takes it to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Navarro at third and Upton at second.
Put this ball in play. Carl Crawford can beat it out. Get one of those sliders, hit it to the shortstop or to the right of Andino. Driving a run, get another base hit. He's got 10 infield hits already this year.
That's inside. Full count.
Well, he got the slider, but not much you can do with that. That thing went around the plate.
Full count to Crawford. Three-two, and he hits it. Now Crawford hit by the pitch. It's going to load the bases, and we'll get Longoria to the plate.
Back-to-back sliders right here, and they just backed up on him. He didn't have the release point. Walker underneath it.
Well, Evan Longoria is going to be the hitter, and Tremblay comes out. He has the right-hander McCroy in the bullpen. So Walker faces one man, hits him. Back in a moment. Free Florida. Tobacco-free Florida wants you to be tobacco-free. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com for more information. By Aflac, ask about it at work. And Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Evan Longoria in the batter's box. The bases are loaded and a ground ball through the left side, a base hit. Navarro scores. Here comes Upton to the plate. He is safe, and the Rays tack on two more. Evan Longoria didn't waste any time, and on the very first pitch from the right-hander McCrory, he grounded it through the hole on the left side to pick up two more runs batted in.
Little two-seam action, ran back over the inside corner right there, and Evans all over it. Squared that up nicely right through the hole. 3 more RBIs today for Evan Longoria, giving him 34 on the year.
The Rays now make it a 3-run game. It's 6-3 Tampa Bay. Crawford stopped at second.
McCrory just got called up because Sarfate went on the DL.
He has some circulation problems.
Yeah, that's dangerous, yes.
McCrory is now in their bullpen. Pena, that's a foul ball, strike one. The Rays did see McCroy in 4 games last year with 3 innings and 4 earned runs. Two men on with 2 men out. Pena, the 8th Rays hitter, to step into the batter's box in the 7th inning. This one is low. get a scoring change on that ball hit by Kapler to lead off the sixth that went right through Mora's legs, and that's going to be an error now. 1 and 2, so an error charged to Mora, and both those runs will be unearned as a result of that. It went right through his legs. It was hit hard.
It was. You don't see it too many times in the big leagues, so a ball hit through anybody's legs, you get a hit out of it.
Yeah. And that's a strike to retire the side. Pena's out on strikes, but the Rays have a very productive inning. Hopkins double scored a run. Longoria came up with a base hit. Home run up the right field line back in the fifth inning. The pitch is outside. So the Rays with a 2-run sixth and 3 runs in the seventh inning have taken this 6-3 lead. Pitch is outside. 2-0. Brian Schaus, the lefty, has just started to throw in the Rays bullpen.
Matt Garza hadn't sat that long on the offensive side in the dugout this whole game because Ohada was throwing so quickly. He had a little bit of a long inning to sit down to get that lather back up again. Get going. Pound the zone.
Pitch is high and he falls behind Zahn. 3-0.
Yeah, you got to come all the way back now. He's backing off the mound. Rosin, Gather. He's going to go right down the middle of a four-seam fastball. 2 times in a row right here.
And it's high. So he walked Zahn on 4 pitches. Absolutely the last thing he wanted to do here. So Jim Hickey's going to head to the mound. It's time for our Just for Men Stay in the Game Hold of the Day, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Jose Arredondo leading the league with 8, along with Bobby C., the former Ray, now pitching for the Tigers. Just as these middle relievers keep their teams in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men Hair Color. So Hickey has his conversation with Garza. In the meantime, further action in the Rays bullpen up the right field line. Schaus, the lefty, is already up, and you see the pitch count on Garza reaching 90. Grant Balfour has joined Schaus, so double barrel action in the bullpen.
Yeah, they'll go hitter to hitter now. They're not going to let Matt Garza get in a situation where a home run or something like that will tie it. You got 6 outs you got to get now for the win.
Dino takes a pitch, and that's a little high.
But I really think this sitting down, it's not to make an excuse. I think it's just a fact. I don't think the pitch count's so high. It's just he sat down so long that he kind of lost that rhythm. He's come out of the chute here throwing 5 balls.
There's a strike. It's 1-1. And Dino reached on an error in the third. Officially 0 for 2. Ground ball third. Longoria to Aki. Over to Pena. 5-4-3 on the double play. Longoria starts the double play on the ground ball thrown by Garza.
Yeah, it wasn't that he was tired. He just had to get that rhythm back, and he pounded a couple fastballs the last 2 pitches. The second one here turns the 5-4-3 double play on a nice fastball. Great turn by Aki. Good feed once again by Evan Longoria.
There's the top of the order, Brian Roberts. Roberts with a couple home runs in the series, including the 2-run homer in the third. He takes a pitch. That's a strike. There you go.
Back up to 94 now. That little lather going again. Good rhythm.
Foul back. Breaking ball.
Nice. He's had that pitch since the 5th inning on. He didn't have the curve for strikes the first 4. The last 3 2/3, he's been throwing that pitch for strikes.
And when he has that, he will use that against left-handed hitters all day long.
Absolutely. Very effective. Throw that little slider if he wants to here.
0-2. And a fly ball into right. Kapler goes back on it and makes the catch. That'll do it. Top of the 8th is history. We go to the bottom half. 6-3 Tampa Bay.
Out on an 8-day, 7-game road trip beginning in the Bronx, New York, but in a new building, Yankee Stadium, the brand new Yankee Stadium. We'll be there tomorrow checking out all the sights and sounds. A lot of the same features are still there, Monument Park, and they try to have the dimensions relatively the same. There's that huge scoreboard in center field. Guys, I'll be bouncing around that stadium tomorrow. We'll have our pregame show, Rays Live at 6:30, followed by the game time at 7 on Sun Sports.
All righty. Pat Burrell leads off, and the pitch is low to him. Matt looking for his first hit. Facing the right-handed McCrory up the right side. That's going to be fouled down near the bullpen, and it's 1-1. 6 runs for the Rays, 8 hits and an error. They've left 4. 3 of the runs unearned. 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 1 man left for Baltimore. Burrow sends one back into center field. Jones on the run, though, and he makes the catch on the move for the out.
A little too much hang time there for Adam Jones. Plenty of time to get underneath that ball. He can run it down. He's a good-looking young outfielder right there. Got a great arm.
Jason Bartlett. Bartlett 1 out of 3. Pitch is too low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Jason did get the inning going in the 7th.
He did. Yes, he did.
He didn't end up on base, but he got it going.
2-0. Got that base hit. Moved to second on Aki's bunt. Then before the inning was over, it was picked off second for the second out. So you know he feels very good about the Rays going on to score 3. A little pop to short. It's caught by Andino. 2 outs.
Well, that's going to happen. I mean, you live and die by the stolen base. That's going to happen once in a while. You get caught on an inside move. But I like the idea. I mean, they were thinking about running right there after Capper popped out. First and second one out. They picked off Bartlett, and then the offense got going again. Navarro's had a big day, and I mean, that's good to see Navarro and Upton get some hits today. That's big for the confidence.
He takes a pitch too low. 1-0. So all 6 runs charged to Uehara. 3 of those were earned. 2 balls, no strikes. Baltimore starter worked 6 2/3. Walker faced 1 man hit him. And McCrory got the final out after surrendering a base hit to Longoria, and that drove in 2.
But that's why it was important for Matt Garza. Even when he gave up the 2-run home run to Roberts, it was 2-1. He kept the game right there. He gave up the solo to Zahn, but he kept the game right there. He only made 2 mistakes.
The ground ball deflected by McCrory to Roberts. Go to first. They got him. Oh, he was all set to call him safe. And Gibson, in mid-signal, changed his mind and calls him out. It goes 1-4-3. We go to the 9th. 6-3 Rays. Rays have a 6-3 lead. Alltel Wireless. Now there's a circle for everyone. Call 5, 10, or 20. 3 numbers on any network with my circle exclusively from Alltel. Carl Crawford circled the bases in the first to give the Rays an early lead. They lead 6-3 as we go to the 9th. Adam Jones leads off for Baltimore against Matt Garza. His first pitch is a strike. Fastball to start him. Garza, good shape with his pitch count. 96 pitches through 8. Jones 1 for 3 today. How about that one dropping in? A breaking ball. Nice pitch there for strike 2.
That's nasty. I mean, look, he's only given up 3 hits. Look at this curveball off the table. 12-6. Clock. Straight down.
And there's a shot into left center field. Pretty well tagged. That ball's going to one-hop the fence. Upton makes the pickup, and Jones stops at second with a double. So Jones opens the 9th with a 2-base hit. That's his 9th double of the year.
Well, where Matt was having success on Jones today was the fastball's in. He dropped the curve, he just saw it, and then he goes away. Fastball up and away. It's not where you want it. You want it down and away. He's able to get his hands extended up and away right there.
So that's going to be it for Garza as Joe Madden comes out. Garza works 8 innings plus a hitter in the 9th, and he'll get a great hand. Boy, he battled this Baltimore club, kept the Rays in the game, and now they're up 6-3. Seven 825-3406 or online at RaysBaseball.com. Nick Markakis to face Brian Schaus. And the first pitch from the veteran left-hander is in there for a strike. Leadoff double by Jones in the 9th.
10 games for Brian Schaus. 8 2/3 inning. A situational lefty for the most part.
Wide with the pitch, and it's 1-1. Schaus was in the Saturday game against Boston for an inning and a third. It's a little bit extended in that one, so he's had a couple days to recover from that. He didn't miss by much.
Wow. Where was that?
2-1 the count.
Too much plate. Take a look right there. That ball's right there. That's a strike.
Goodness.
Fool the umpire too.
Well, what a difference it is. 2-1 as opposed to 1-2.
Especially with this guy.
Little tapper right side. Schaus will have to cover. We'll take the toss from Pena. That's out number 1 over there, and Jones goes to third.
Nice job by Brian Schaus, coming right back with it. Like I said the other day, he shouldn't have to make that pitch twice. But he did. You can understand why Matt Garza is upset, too. And we had a shot of Matt a minute ago. He had Adam Jones 0-2, and he wanted to get that complete game. And he made only his third mistake pitch of the day, up and away fastball. He wanted it down and away to paint him, to turn over the bullpen. That's the perfectionist in him, though. You got to like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know? He's very competitive. He made 99 pitches today and wanted to finish it. Aubrey Huff gets a little tap back to the hill. The runner's going to have to hang on in third, and Schaus retires Huff. Pitcher first, Schaus to Pena, 2 outs here in the 9th.
That's a great job.
Schaus with a couple little taps, one to first and one back to the mound. Melvin Moore is due, and Madden's going to come out to make another pitching change. Call will go for Percival, and we'll be back in a moment. Inning with 2 men out, and the Rays leading 6-3.
9th appearance for Troy Percival, getting that ERA down each time he goes out there, 2.45.
The Rays need an out to close this one out. Reminder, we'll be with you on Rays Live, the post game. Todd Callis will be along. We'll join you as well. We'll hear from Joe Madden. The Rays really need a win here over the Baltimore Orioles. They scored 2 in the 6th and 3 in the 7th to take a 6-3 lead. And Troy Percival, John, trying to get the final out with Jones at third and Melvin Mora due up.
Really nice job by Brian Schaus to get his 2 lefties, Markakis and Huff, the 3-4 hitters in the lineup. Excellent.
The pitch is a strike. He starts him with a fastball. Just in case you're wondering, Mora is 3 of 8 against Percival in his career.
He was looking bunt, try to keep the inning going, and Longoria's up even the bag ready for it. There he is.
0-1. And another strike. Fastball 0-2.
Paint outside corner.
And the Rays look for the final out of what is now the evening. Percival delivers 3 pitches, picks up the strikeout, and the Rays are winners. It's a 6-3 final as they come back to win the second game of this set from the Baltimore Orioles, 6-3 in the